YouTube automation.
YouTube automation.
YouTube automation.
Welcome to the world of YouTube automation.
If you look at YouTube Shorts, you won't be surprised to find the likes of channels creating popular dances or channels making funny skits that go viral. But there is one that surprises me the most, channels like this, who is getting viral numbers, and they are creating their shorts automatically. That's why in this video, I'm going to continue my YouTube series that tackles guides. And today, we are going on a journey about video guides on YouTube Shorts automation. I'm going to find out the truth behind this trending scheme that influences many to try it, and yet is so rarely discussed how it works. What are the pros and cons of it, and is it worth it? So buckle up, because I assure you, this guide is going to be a wild ride. If you scan YouTube, you will see channels that are earning large amounts of money without editing, using their voice, and only working for a few minutes a week. You would be willing to copy or learn what they have done. So let me welcome you to the world of YouTube automation. YouTube automation typically refers to the use of automated tools, software, or scripts to perform various tasks related to managing a YouTube channel. These tasks can include content creation, uploading videos, managing comments, optimizing video metadata, and other repetitive activities. When did YouTube automation begin? The launch of the YouTube API in 2008 allowed developers to interact programmatically with YouTube's platform. This marked a significant step toward the development of third-party tools that could automate certain aspects of video management, such as uploads and metadata. In the 2010s, content aggregation tools emerged to help creators automate video creation by compiling and editing existing content. These tools often utilized algorithms to generate videos based on specific criteria, providing a degree of automation in the content creation process. As the automation tools for video editing and effects became more sophisticated, creators could apply templates, transitions, and effects automatically, streamlining the editing process and allowing for quicker video production. And now, as AI emerge, you can generate more ideas in creating videos with ease. That's why more creators now are utilizing it to its fullest, and many of them are sharing their guides on YouTube automation. I'm going to try a few of them. Let us find out which works or not. This is one of the guides I am telling you. It has 2.7 million views, and I am going to try this because it is direct to the topic and the easiest to follow. I just need to prepare a YouTube channel, ready ChatGPT and Canva, and I am good to go. Step 1 of the guide is in ChatGPT. Here we will just copy and paste the prompt from the guide. If you want the prompt, it is in the description. Next is to go to Canva. Here, I'm just going to click the search bar in the middle and type in YouTube Shorts. Select the YouTube Shorts template, and then I'm going to go ahead and select Create Blank Template. This is going to go ahead and give me a brand new template ready to use. In the guide, it says that I need to add a background video, some text placeholders for the topic, the part 1 text, and the part 2 text. Then I will just import all the data I got from ChatGPT. So let's start. First is the background video. All I need to do is to click on apps in the bottom left and then click videos. Then here in the search bar, I'm going to go ahead and type something like beach or sunset or any of those types of things. I want something that has a kind of an ambient nature, just like what I saw in the guide. And now I am just going to select a video. What I'm after in terms of an ambient background is the one that is not going to interfere with the text or attract too much attention. So what I'm going to do is, when I find the video I like, I'm going to click on it and drag it to the edge of the Canva editor window. This is going to make it look just like what you're seeing now, where it's attempting to put it as the entire background of the editing window, which is exactly what I want. Next is putting text on it, but before that, I will follow the guide and shorten the clip to 6 seconds because 1 minute is way too long. Then make sure to remove background noise or background music from the video. Now, I'm ready to add text. I will just go to text, drag in any of this text, replace the text with the word topic, and then drag it up to the top here. This is about where I want it. Next is to style it. I will highlight the text, change the font and the color to white, and add a background. To do that, just click Effects, click Background, and by default it usually is black. I will change it to red. Now I will duplicate the text, replace the text here with just part 1. Next, get rid of the background and put an outline. Click Effects, click Outline, then use the color black and increase the thickness here to about 80. As you can see, it is much easier to read it already, so that's what I want for the text. For part 2, 2, I will just duplicate part 1 and drag it down so I do not have a hard time connecting the data. The last thing to do, I will adjust the timing of when these parts show so they don't overlap. To do that, I am going to right-click part 1, click Show Timing, click on the edge, and drag this around to decide where to show the first part of the text and when to show the second part of the text. In the video guide, normally it puts most of the time showing the first part and then a shorter amount of the video showing the second part, so I'm going to do that. Now I will connect the data to the video. To do that, I'm going to use a tool in Canva called Bulk Create. To access that, I will click Apps in the bottom left, click Bulk Create, then click Enter Data manually, copy and paste the data from ChatGPT. Next, connect the data to particular elements of information. First, right-click on the topic text and connect the data topic, and just do the same for part 1 and part 2. And now that this is connected, I'll go ahead and hit continue. I ended up creating 46 videos. I'll just click generate, and it's going to create each of these videos, and here are the results. If I hit play, you can see how the first part and then the second part work, and that goes for all of these clips. And now I'm ready to export. I just hit share and click download. I'll make sure to select these download pages as separate files. These will give me 46 separate videos ready to go for upload. Now I'm going to upload the shorts. I just need to have my files on a phone and open the YouTube app. Yes, I forgot the background music. Don't worry, it is a part of the upload chapter. In uploading your shorts, you must know the big channels of the same niche you are in. To do that, search in shorts the niche you belong to and scan for the same type of shorts you created. If you find one that is getting millions of views, subscribe to it and use its music in uploading your shorts. In my case, I have already subscribed to a channel that is doing the same thing as me, and I'm going to use the channel music for my shorts. To do that, first, watch a few shorts on the channel. Second, select music of your liking. Third, on the bottom right of the screen, click the music, then click Use this sound. On the next screen, here in the bottom left-hand corner, that's where you're going to have your short. So click it, choose one, and hit done. And this is going to process your video. Once it's done processing, go ahead and hit the check mark. Then click next. Now we're going to add a title. For me, I will just check the channel I subscribe on how he titles a video. From what I see, he uses the first part as a title and adds a hashtag about the fact and a hashtag shorts. I will do that. And now I have a title. Next, don't forget to select an audience. And after that, all I need to do is hit upload shorts. So what happened to the channel? Did it get views? The dark truth is, it did not. After a few days of uploading and grinding on the channel, I received an email from YouTube stating, "We reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of our spam, deceptive practices, and scams policy. Because of this, we have removed your channel from YouTube." If you are asking how, as you know, the guide I used has millions of views, and many of those viewers have been doing the guide longer than me. Another sad part, it is one of many kinds of the same guides on doing YouTube Shorts automation. That is why YouTube is removing the same content, because if this continues, it will be the only thing you will see on the platform, and there will be no originality. To elaborate more about the downside of using YouTube Shorts automation, here are some things to remember. For one, automated systems might not create interesting content that grabs viewers' attention because they lack the human touch. Also, these systems may not always target the right audience or follow YouTube's community guidelines, risking account problems. Relying too much on automation could also limit creativity, as creators might prioritize quantity over quality. This can make the platform less enjoyable for both creators and viewers. So, while automation can help, it's essential to balance it with human input to make sure the shorts are engaging and follow the rules. Now, if you are curious about what may work on YouTube Shorts, you should watch this video and learn how to create viral shorts.